Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the confirmation. And let us now understand the points we will be discussing in today's webinar. So, first and foremost, we'll talk about retention mechanisms both in HPLC and gas. This is the, one of the very important topic of today's. And very interestingly, we will be talking about both liquid and gas chromatography together in today's webinar. So, retention mechanism will give you a lot of mileage on ways this can be, how one can understand the illusion. You will be able to predict to some extent illusion order, retention time, all that based on to the retention mechanism. Then the outcome liquid chromatography and gas chromatography. See, at the end, while you're developing a method in laboratories, you have to decide which column can be selected. And column selection process is very much dependent on to the nature of your compound. Whether a compound is polar, non-polar, whether ionic or non-ionic. So all these intrinsic properties of the molecule will lead you towards the column selection process. So in this webinar we'll also discuss about how one can select an appropriate column in liquid chromatography as well as the gas chromatography. And finally, we'll talk about some of the advanced stationary phases in both liquid and gas chromatography. So when I say advanced stationary phases, I don't mean a very niche stationary phases, but the common stationary phases which are widely used across any laboratories. Let us understand those stationary phases in liquid chromatography as well as gas chromatography and understand how these stationary phases retains the compound onto it. And to discuss all above points, I am going to take support of number of practical case studies. So this is going to be an amazing session for everyone. Really looking up to in method development, especially liquid chromatography and gas chromatography. My question is, guys, are you ready to deep dive into the discussion? Type in R for ready comment box and let me take you to the next slide if you are truly ready for deep dive. Fantastic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate and I could see energy in audience today. Lovely guys. Please keep energy up always. Thank you so much. See, the first and foremost, we will start our discussion by understanding the retention mechanisms in case of the gas chromatography. And then followed by the retention mechanisms in the gas chromatography. Then we'll discuss about retention mechanism in the liquid chromatography. So here are the important when you talk about the gas chromatography. See, gas chromatography, I always love talking about gas chromatography. The reason is because I learned operating gas chromatography professionally when I started my career in the industry. I operated gas chromatography very first time, maybe I think in somewhere between 2000, somewhere between 2000. So uh, the make of the gas chromatography was Simadju. How many of you operated the Simadju? Type in me in the comment box, or let me know which make of gas chromatography you operated. The model number was something or 60B. I don't think this model will be in existence anyway now. But this was model used for the very first time in 2000 while working in USB. Working in USB. I think 16B or something like. Okay, some of you use Agilent. Agilent is okay, very popular nowadays. I can understand that. No one. Okay, Thermo is saying.
No.
Okay, fine, yeah. That's good to know. Agilent is leading the market now. Yeah, Perkin, I was looking for Perkin. So yes, Kiran Patil has operated Perkin. Fantastic. Thank you so much. So Let us now understand it for gas chromatography, and the first. So please
Recording in
understand that
progress.
many of you are saying non-polar. So non-polar compound predominantly only has force called as Lund person. Though in case van der Waals force, but it is only existence in the non-polar compound. Non-polar compound doesn't have the hydrogen bonding. The non-polar compound doesn't have the interaction. The non-polar compound doesn't have dipole-dipole interaction. The non-polar compound only has the London dispersion force. And if it has only London dispersion force, whatever retention is going to take with the support of London dispersion force. I hope you are clear that only non-polar compounds predominantly get retained based onto the London dispersion force principles. Let us now understand the revolution of electrons around a nucleus, right? What kind of distribution of electron takes place around the nucleus, and that is called as the symmetrical distribution. Now, what is meant by symmetrical distribution? Can you see this diagram to understand the symmetrical distribution? You will have distribution surrounded, yes, there is a balance or symmetrical distribution of the nucleus. And I'm talking about the non-polar or hydrophobic compound like hydrocarbons, like hexane, octane. These are all non-polar or hydrophobic compounds. In case of this kind of symmetrical distribution, there comes a situation where this symmetrical distribution of electron around surround and becomes something called the unsymmetrical distribution. Now, why this unsymmetrical distribution of electron happens? Suddenly, for a fraction of time, the electron started revolving around the nucleus unsymmetrically. What is the reason behind that? My voice is not clear. Spurti is saying, am I audible? All of you guys, know in the comment box. Yes, my camera is little new today. Yeah, but I hope voice is okay. Awesome. So I could see many of your voices. Let's go with the maximum response. And so please, Spurti and others who are unable to hear clearly, please check your audio system as well. Thank you so much, guys, for the confirmation. See, let us understand how this unsymmetrical distribution takes place. Now, do you know that the opposite charge attracts one another? Means positive charge attracts toward the negative charge. Yes or no? Positive charge attracts toward the negative charge. Opposite charges attracts one another. Now, in the given situation, now this particular atom or component or body, what you can call as it is, now gets surrounded by another atom. Now, this is the second atom. Now, this second atom has a nucleus, carries the proton, the positive, or and the surrounding atom has an electron which carries a charge. Now, this carries the negative charge. So, there comes an instantaneous movement where this nucleus or a nucleus of another atom gets attracted to electron atom. And because of this, what happens? Because of this electron started getting distributed unsymmetrically. So what is going to happen because of this unsymmetrical distribution? Final charge. And the areas or location where there is a deficiency of the electron, that area will have the plus delta called instantaneous dipole moment or temporary dipole moments. Do you see the temporary dipole? Yes or no? Di means two and poles means charges. So there are two charges, there are two poles present onto this particular atom. Yes or no? This is one charge, positive charge, and this is another charge that is a negative charge. And this charge has taken place because of what? The attraction of this nucleus towards the electron of this another atom. Are you clear until this point? I can see for clear in the comment box. We got temporary dipoles now. We got temporary dipoles. And do you think there could be many more atoms surrounded by which has similar kind of plus and minus charges? Yes or no? And look at here now. This another figure here. This another diagram. Right? So minus delta charge present onto one atom is going to get attracted towards the plus delta charge of the another atom. And this is called as the force of dispersion or the London dispersion force. I hope you understand the how the London dispersion force comes into an existence. Please type in U for understand in the comment box. And this predominantly takes place in only in case of the non-polar compounds. What kind of compound has the London dispersion force? Please type in non-polar in the comment box. Please type in non-polar. Only non-polar compounds gets retained based on to the London dispersion force. Why so? Why so? Why? What is the reason that non-polar compound get retained only based on the London dispersion force? Because this non-polar compound does not have another van der Waals forces like no dipole-dipole, no pi-pi interaction, no hydrogen bonding, isn't it? So nothing is left. Only possible is what? The London dispersion force. Only possible is what? The London dispersion force. If you are now clear with what is meant by the London dispersion force, I would like to go ahead with some characteristics of the London dispersion force. So larger the molecule, greater the London dispersion force and greater will be the retention. Now please understand here, we are talking about London dispersion force between whom? Yes? Between whom? Between whom? We are talking the London dispersion force between whom? Is it analyte to analyte or stationary phase to stationary phase or stationary phase to analyte? So between which pair we are actually discussing about the presence of London dispersion force? Is it between analyte to analyte? Is it between stationary phase to stationary phase or is it between stationary phase to analyte? Please understand this point. We are talking about the retention mechanisms on the stationary phase. So this is your stationary phase inside the column, isn't it? And maybe this is your molecule which is traveling across the column. So we're talking about the presence of London dispersion force between the column and our stationary phase and this analyte. Are you getting my point? Type in yes or no in the comment box. We're talking about the interaction of the analyte with the stationary phase because of the London dispersion force. So this is the interaction between stationary phase and analyte. Are you getting my point? Type in yes or no in the comment box. So in which case, what should be the nature of analyte, by the way? What shall be the nature of analyte for the existence of London dispersion force? Analyte and stationary phase, I will add. Analyte and stationary phase for the existence of London dispersion force. What should be the nature? Is it polar or non-polar? So both of them should be non-polar in the nature. Are you getting my point? Type in NP for non-polar in the comment box. So unless and until our stationary phase, our compound is non-polar, the London dispersion force will never comes into an existence. So here is the important principle. Larger the molecule, greater the London dispersion force and greater will be the retention. So will you be able to define the order of elution now? If you are able to define the order of elution, if the London dispersion force is only governing the retention, okay, I will give the example shortly. So these are the three compounds. What happens? I'm not able to move ahead. Just a moment. Okay, I think my PPT got frozen. By the way, can you hear me and can you see me? Okay, okay. Hmm. So these are three molecules: octane, hexane, and heptane. Octane, heptane, and hexane. So please tell me the order of elution of these three compounds. In case of London dispersion force, all are non-polar, but are they equally non-polar? Are they equally non-polar? Yeah. What is the order of elution? Hexane, heptane, octane. Hexane, heptane, octane. Octane, hexane, heptane. So please understand the size of the molecule. The larger the molecule, greater will be the retention. So larger molecule will have the more amount of retention time. Smaller molecule will have the more amount of retention time. So octane is obviously a greater one. Then comes to hexane, the smaller one, and then comes to heptane, the moderate one. So which is going to be eluting first? Hmm? So please understand hexane, heptane, and octane. Do you understand the order of elution now? Type in U for understand in the comment box. Being a smaller one, hexane elutes first. Being a bigger one, octane elutes late. Easy? Type in E for easy in the comment box. You learn one important retention principles now, especially for non-polar compounds. Especially for non-polar compounds. Shall we go with the second one? Yeah, second one now. The second one is the dipole-dipole interaction. So which kind of molecule will follow the dipole-dipole interaction? Is it a non-polar or polar molecule? Is it a non-polar or polar? Hmm? Which kind of molecule, according to you, follows the dipole-dipole? So all polar molecules, they follow the dipole-dipole interaction, right? Non-polar molecules only London dispersion force, none other than that. So what makes the molecule polar? Hmm? What makes the molecule polar? The presence of electronegative atom like oxygen, like oxygen. So presence of electronegative atom like oxygen, right? And because of that, there is a permanent dipole. Look at this is a carbon now, which is not shown over here, but carbon and oxygen. Oxygen is highly electronegative atom. That means oxygen has a tendency to attract electron towards itself. Yes or no? What is the definition of electronegative atom? Tendency to attract electron. Type attract electrons in the comment box. Attract electrons. So this atoms has a tendency to attract electrons. Now, in this situation, which one is the electronegative atom between carbon and oxygen? Oxygen, right? So if oxygen is electronegative, oxygen is going to attract the electron cloud towards itself. And because of that, you will get a slight negative charge because electron carries a negative charge. So the slight negative charge onto the oxygen. and you will get a slight, the carbon develops a slight positive charge overshare because of deficiency of the electron. So how many charge got developed on this carbonyl functional group? Hmm? How many charge got developed? One, two, how many charge? How many charges? There are two charges. This is one charge, right? Yes or no? And this is another charge. So you got two charges. And two charges means how many? In another word, can I say two means die? Two means what? Die. And charges means what? Pole. So can I say now carbonyl is a dipole molecule? Yes or no? Yes or no? The carbonyl is what? A dipole. Carbonyl has a dipole. So what are the another functional groups which has a dipole according to you? What are the another functional groups that can have the dipoles? Hmm. Okay, nitrile, amines, ester. Eh, excellent, excellent. So alkyl halides, alcohols, amines, ketones. What is RMGX? I don't know. Dhruv Patel says RMGX. All having electronegative atoms. Okay, which is having the connect. Acetone has the electron dipoles. Grignard reagent. Okay, Grignard reagent. Ketones. You understand now? Hmm? So these are the carbon. These are the functional groups which can carry the dipole. Now this one molecule has the two dipoles, right? And the another molecules has the dipoles. Now I am talking about, please once again understand this. Am I talking about the dipole-dipole interaction between analyte to analyte or stationary phase to stationary phase or analyte to stationary phase? I am talking about dipole-dipole interaction between whom? Absolutely, Gajanan. Thank you so much. I'm talking about a dipole-dipole interaction with analyte and stationary phase. So what, in case if you want to have a dipole-dipole interaction, what should be the nature of your compound and stationary phase? What should be the nature of your compound and stationary phase if you want dipole-dipole interaction must and should governs the retention. Should a compound and molecule, should a stationary phase and compound be a polar or should it be a non-polar? Please let me know in the comment box. What should be? What should be the nature of your stationary phase and analyte? Provided you want to have a dipole-dipole interaction as the retention mechanism. So both should be polar in the nature. Are you getting my point? Please type in yes in the comment box if you are really getting my point. Because dipole-dipole only comes into existence only and only if both stationary phase and analyte are polar in the nature. Are polar in the nature. So let us understand the characteristics of dipole-dipole interaction. Greater is the polarity difference, greater is the dipole-dipole interaction, greater will be the retention. Means what? Higher polar molecule, highly polar molecule, highly polar molecule will have higher retention or less retention. Hmm? Highly polar molecule will have higher retention or less retention. Higher retention. Yes or no? Type in higher retention in the comment box. Right? And less polar molecule, hmm? Less polar molecule will have less retention. Yes or no? Less retention. Are you getting my point now? So that depends on to the polarity of compound. The retention can get vary. Higher the polarity, higher will be the retention. Less is the polarity, lesser will be the retention. Now, with this understanding, let us take one practical example. And here is the example on your screen. What should be order of evolution if dipole-dipole interaction governs the retention? And these are the three compounds: methanol, hexane, and acetic acid. So will you be able to define the order of elution? Hmm? So please define the order of elution. Define the order of elution. Take a moment, think about the polarity, and then you can define the order of elution. Hexane, methanol, acetic acid, Gajanan says. Rashmi says hexane, acetic acid, and methanol, I guess. Uh, Shivendra says acetic. Gopi says methanol, hexane, acetic acid. Mohit says methanol, hexane, acetic acid. Kiran says methanol, acetic acid, and hexane. Bharat Bhai says hexane, methanol, and acetic acid. Tejal says hexane, methanol, acetic acid. So which one is correct? There are a lot many responses, but most of them are hexane, acetic acid, and methanol. Why hexane comes first now? Hmm? What is the reason hexane comes first? Because it is non-polar. Yes or no? It is less polar otherwise, right? It is less polar. So hexane is less polar, right? Methanol is polar. And what about acetic acid? It's highly polar. You got the you got the characteristics of the compound. Hexane is less polar, methanol is polar, and acetic acid is highly polar. Now, easy to define the elution order? Yes or no? And this is the elution order. How many of you got this right? Type it me in the comment box. Hexane, methanol, and acetic acid. I could see many of you have given the right answer, by the way, for dipole-dipole interaction. I hope you are enjoying the discussion as well. Yeah, type in E for enjoying in the comment box. I hope you are not getting bored with the discussion, though it is kind of technical discussion. How many of you are realizing this for the very first time? Oh, this is a way our compound gets written. Type in me in the comment or type in FT for first time in the comment box. That are truly realizing for the first time, oh, this is the way compound gets written. Amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much. Lovely guys. I'm really happy to see many of you are enjoying and happy with the discussion. What is the third retention mechanism? That is a hydrogen bonding. See, hydrogen bonding is not different from the dipole-dipole interaction. Is it different or same? Is it different or same? Different than dipole-dipole or same? Or same? What is that? It is same or different? Gajanan says different. Abhinandan says same. Kripal says different. Aniket says, what is that? Okay, a bit different, different, mostly same. See, I think hydrogen bonding principally is not different than the dipole-dipole interaction. Please understand, it is not different than the dipole. Why? Because the only difference is, see, in case of earlier example, we talked about carbonyl group. Yes or no, we talked about the carbonyl group. Now, in case of hydrogen bonding interaction, the hydrogen atom involves in the interaction or the dipole-dipole interaction. That's the only difference. Rest all principle remains same. Shall you take example now? Let us go ahead with the example. Oh, where is the example? I don't have the example over here. Think about the hydrochloric acid. Yes, exactly. I mean, I was talking about the hydrochloric acid only. Now, this is the hydrochloric acid, and you will find hydrogen is involved in this bond. Can you see here now? Yes or no? Yes or no? So here you can see, okay, chlorine will have the minus delta charge, right? And this hydrogen will have the plus delta charge, isn't it? Plus delta charge. Now this hydrogen will have also plus delta charge. So is there involvement of hydrogen, by the way? Is there involvement of hydrogen in the force of attraction? Yeah, absolutely. The force of attraction, why they are different, Gajanan? Hmm? It is just a dipole-dipole interaction. The only reason is what? Now in this case, it is a specific kind of dipole-dipole interaction. What you can call a specific dipole-dipole interaction. And it is identified as the hydrogen bonding, as hydrogen is involved in the force of attraction. Is that clear now? Please type in C for clear in the comment box. So as such, don't get confused between hydrogen bonding and dipole-dipole interaction. They works almost similarly. So in case of hydrogen bonding, in case of hydrogen bonding, smaller is the molecule, greater is the hydrogen bonding. Smaller is the molecule, greater is the hydrogen. Now you can see the examples of hydrogen bonding over here. Right? Hydrochloric acid here and hydrochloric acid. So there is a minus delta charge and there is a plus delta charge over here. Okay, water molecule and water molecule. Right? Now in case of hydrogen bonding, you will see smaller is the molecule, no, greater is the hydrogen bonding, and then the greater will be the retention. So molecule size is smaller, right? So which molecule will have the greater hydrogen bonding? Obviously molecule 1, right? Molecule 1, because molecule 1 is smaller. Smaller is the molecule size, greater will be the hydrogen bonding. Greater will be the hydrogen bonding. Greater will be the hydrogen bond. Let us now go ahead with the example now. So define order of evolution if hydrogen bonding governs the retention. Defines order of evolution if hydrogen bonding governs the retention. And here is example now. So where is the example? Just a moment. I think my screen gets stuck. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Wait a moment. Here we got. Okay, so you can see the screen. I do not know why. So these are the three molecules: methanol, ethanol, and propanol. So can you please able to define the order of evolution now? Define the order of evolution in case if the hydrogen bonding governs the retention. If hydrogen bonding governs the retention. Smaller is the molecule, greater will be the retention. Smaller is the molecule, greater will be the retention. Please understand that. Hello? So which one is smaller, understand, and based on to that, define the order of evolution. Smaller is the molecule, greater will be the retention. So which one is smaller? Which one is smaller? Methanol is smaller, right? Yes or no? So if methanol is smaller, what should be the retention of methanol? Low, less or more? What should be the retention? Less or more? And what about propanol? What about propanol? Less or more propanol? It's a bigger molecule. Now, can you define the order of evolution once again if you understand now? Please define the order of evolution once again. Which one will retain first if hydrogen bonding governs the retention? So please understand this is the order of evolution. Propanol comes first, being the smaller, bigger molecule, and the methanol comes late, being a smaller molecule. So this is based on to the hydrogen bonding interaction. The fourth important is the pi-pi interaction. See, pi-pi interaction takes place in case your molecule has a pi bodies. The molecule has the pi electrons, like the compound having uh, the, the double bond, triple bond. So this compound can have the pi-pi interaction. The aromatic compound especially can have the pi-pi interactions. And more are the pi bodies, more is the pi-pi interaction. What is the law? More are the pi bodies or more are the pi electrons. More is the retention. Right? More are the pi electrons, more is the retention of the compound. Now with this retention mechanisms, now these are the three molecules on the screen, and you have to define the order of evolution: naphthalene, anthracene, and benzene. So more are the pi bodies, more is the retention. With this characteristics, will you be able to define the retention order? What is the retention order? What is the retention order? So naphthalene has benzene has lesser pi bodies, and anthracene has the more number of pi bodies. So is that the benzene which elutes first, followed by naphthalene and followed by anthracene? Means three. What is the first is three. The next one is going to be naphthalene, means 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Is that the 3, 1, 2 right order? 3, 1, 2. Let us check now. 3, 1, 2. How many of you got it right away? Type in May in the comment box if you got 3, 1, 2. Benzene, naphthalene, and anthracene. Okay, so with this, there is one more important retention mechanism which is applicable for only gas chromatography, and that is called as the boiling point. So separation of non-polar compounds follow the boiling point rules. Separation of non-polar compounds, higher the boiling point, higher is the retention time. Very simple. High RT means high boiling point, high retention time. Okay, here is a typo mistake. Define the order of retention if boiling point governs the retention. Okay, my apology for typo mistake. Boiling point. So please define the order of evolution now. Hexane 68, heptane 98, and octane 125 degrees Celsius. Define the order of evolution. Easy? Yeah? Easy, right? Thank you so much. Hexane, heptane, and octane. Now, with this, we have completed the gas chromatography retention mechanisms. Are you feeling awesome? Type in A for awesome in the comment box. Yeah. With this point, we finish the gas chromatography retention mechanisms. We're going to talk about HPLC or liquid chromatography retention mechanisms. Let us begin with the liquid chromatography now. And here I'm going to talk about non-polar and polar stationary phases. Right? Non-polar and polar, sorry, reverse phase and normal phase liquid chromatography. Let us understand the reverse phase liquid chromatography retention now. So what kind of interaction is in place in case of RPLC? What kind of interaction takes place in case of reverse phase liquid chromatography? So understand in case of reverse phase liquid chromatography, what is the nature of stationary phase? What is the nature of stationary phase? And what is the nature of mobile phase? So stationary phase is equal to what? Non-polar, isn't it? And mobile phase is what? Polar. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Now, who is going to govern the retention? Mostly, who plays a primary role in retention? Type in SP or stationary phase in the comment box. Right? Stationary phase. Because on the stationary phase, the retention takes place. And do you know the another important principle called as the called as like attracts like. How many of you know like attracts like, or LAL? Type in LAL in the comment box. Just think about yourself and count the friends that you have. Can you imagine your friends are just like you? Just think over. Yeah. Just think for the moment and understand. Oh, my friends are just like me. Yes or no? How many of you have the like-minded friends? Type in me in the comment box. Because like attracts like. So this principle is also applicable for our relationship also. Like attracts like. So in case of our retention mechanism, like attracts like also works. Like attracts like also works. That means what kind of compounds in case of RPLC will have more retention time? Answer this question. What type of compound? Yeah, I request Rohit, please don't, you know, put the same message for the multiple time because that really irritates me and audience also. I hope you understand that point. Okay, I'm in the flow of discussion and I can't break my flow for any reason. So please don't try to intimidate me by keeping the same messages for multiple times. No need to say sorry, Mohit, but this is the instruction for everyone to understand. So what type of compound will have? See, I broken my discussion. I broken my thought process now. What type of compound will have more retention in RPLC? What type of compound will have more retention in RPLC? Easy, right? Because why? Because our stationary phase is what? Our stationary phase is non-polar. Our stationary phase is non-polar. So obviously, the non-polar compounds are going to have a longer retention or better retention in the reverse phase. Are you getting my point? And what is in case of NPLC, by the way? What happens in case of, we'll talk about NPLC later on. So here is the important point now. So in case of RPLC, you will see the non-polar interaction. What is the meaning of non-polar interaction? The interaction happens between the non-polar compounds. Like stationary phase is non-polar, your analyte is non-polar, so it is a non-polar interaction. And addition of alkyl carbon, if you assume hydrocarbon, right? Addition of hydrocarbon. So let me draw this way otherwise. Addition of hydrocarbons, addition of hydrocarbons will increase or decrease the retention. What do you think? Will it increase or decrease the retention? Increase or decrease? Increase or decrease? So what is the nature of alkyl hydrocarbon or hydrocarbon? Is it a polar or non-polar? Of course, saturated hydrocarbon, if I have to be more precise. Hydrocarbons doesn't get polarized, right? Hydrogen carbon bond doesn't get polarized. So it is a non-polar compound. What is the type of compound? It is a non-polar compound. Type in NP for non-polar in the comment box. And if the hydrocarbon chain gets increased, means what? Non-polar, non-polarity of the compound will get increased. And if the non-polarity of the compound get increased, what is going to happen as far as this retention is concerned? Will it increase or decrease? It is going to get increased. I hope you understand. Why does addition of alkyl carbon increases the retention? Type in U for understand in the comment box. And with this understanding, let me ask you to state the order of evolution for these three compounds. 30 seconds to you, and please state the order of evolution for these three compounds. 1, 2, 3. Understanding now? Easy, right? See, just by understanding the retention mechanisms, you could able to define the order of evolution. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome, fantastic. Addition of hydroxyl group. Will it increase or decrease the retention? Now, what is the nature of hydroxyl group? Hmm? What is the nature of hydroxyl group? Is it a polar or non-polar? Is it a polar or non-polar? So it is a polar functional group. Yes or no, it's a polar. So if the polarity of the compound get increased, the compound becomes more polar. Will this non-polar stationary phase likes the polar compound or does not like the polar compound? Likes or does not likes? Does not, right? And because of that, you will have the decrease in the retention time. You will find a decrease in the retention time. Again, the same point. State the order of evolution for these three compounds in case of RPLC. State the order of evolution for these three compounds. Understand the hydroxyl group now. 132, 321, 213, 213, 213, 213. So I think this should come first according to me. Number one, this should come first. Yes or no? Because it has no alkyl chain plus there is hydroxyl group. Then this should come. Then this is middle. And this should come at the late, at the end. So what is the order of evolution now? Is it 132? Is it 132? How many of you got 132? Sorry. Yeah, 132. Right. 132. You understand 132 now? Let us now understand the NPLC. What is the what is the mobile phase in case? What is the stationary phase in case of normal phase? Stationary phase is bipolar, and mobile phase is what? Non-polar. Hmm? And again define the order of again define the like attracts like rule. So which type of compound, polar or non-polar, is going to have a longer retention on in case of NPLC? Because understand, the stationary phase is going to retain the compound. It is a polar in the nature. We know the like attracts like. So with this case, do you think the polar will have the more retention in case of NPLC? Yes or no? Type in polar in the comment box if you now understand polar. Again, what kind of interaction takes present in case of NPLC is a polar interaction. Why? Why polar interaction? Because stationary phase is polar. Stationary phase is polar. Right? Stationary phase is polar. Understand this point? Stationary phase is polar. So the polar interaction. So let us understand the addition of alkyl chain brings what? Increase or decrease in the retention? If you add the hydrocarbon chain, hydrocarbons, right? They are non-polar in the nature. They are non-polar. So non-polarity of the compound get increased. Will it be liked by polar stationary phase? Doesn't, right? Because it's non-polar. Stationary phase is obviously polar. So the polar stationary phase does not like non-polar component. And because of that, there will be, I think, decrease in the retention time. Can you see the decrease retention time? Hmm? Let us take a same example. State the order of evolution in case of NPLC now. State the order of evolution in case of NPLC, normal phase liquid chromatography. These are the three compounds. You have the polar stationary phase. What is going to be the order of evolution? 3 to 1, 3 to 1, 3 to 1. Yeah, makes sense. 3 to 1 makes sense. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome. How many of you got 3 to 1, by the way? Type in me in the comment box. 3 to 1. This is highly non-polar, right? And because of that, it dilutes fast. Then comes this, and then comes late eluting this one. This is moderate. What about hydroxyl group or polar groups? Will it increase or decrease the retention? Polar groups like OH. It's a polar, right? Hmm? So like attracts like once again, so it is going to increase the retention time. Understand this point? And let us take the example now. So addition of any polar group will increase the retention in case of normal phase liquid chromatography. Now state the order of elution. State the order of elution. Which compound comes first? Which compound comes late? 231. Okay. 231, 231, 132, 132, 231, 231. So I think this is going to be a highly retained compound according to me. This is going to be low retained according to me. And this is going to be a moderate retained according to me. So what is now 2, 3, 1? How many of you got 2, 3, 1? 2, 3, 1. Type in me in the comment box if you got 2, 3, 1. Is it a fun? Type in yes or no in the comment box. Is it a fun? We have a lot of fun today. Yes or no? Are you learning something? Yes or no, guys? Please tell me in the comment box. Tell me in the comment box. Are you enjoying the discussion? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support. And I would like to introduce myself to the audience now. How many are attending the session for the very first time? Please type in FT for first time in the comment box. Hmm. So there are many who are attending the session for the very first time. Thank you so much for your trust that yes, this webinar is going to be a valuable webinar. Thank you so much. So I will not take much of your time, but you must understand, why do I qualify trainer coach for such kind of technical discussion? And let me bring the presentation now. Awesome. Naveen, thank you so much for all your comments. I really appreciate that. Okay, so uh, my name is Bhaskar Napte, right? And I did my post graduations into analytical chemistry in 1999. So 1999 I passed my post graduation, and after completing my post graduations, I started a career in the pharma industry, and I have around 20 years of industry experience as of now. I worked at organizations such as USV, Glenmark, Apotex, and Dr. Reddy's. Yeah, Miran, I will talk about my YouTube channel as well. Please allow me one more minute. So while working into these various organizations, I realized that the professionals are not coming together with the intention of learning. How many of you realize this gap? Type in me in the comment box. We professionals do not come together. We professionals do not come together with the intention of learning. And how many of you believe that it is very important that we must come together for sharing the knowledge and learning from one another? Type in I for important in the comment box. See, I may not be expert in all areas, but I can learn from Valmik, I can learn from Babu, Ankit, Shivani, Vidya, I can learn from Amna in other areas where they have the expertise. Do you think that such kind of collaboration is very important and necessary for further career growth? Type in yes in the comment box if you really believe that. That coming together, learning together, and growing together. So, with this one intention or one mission, I quit my job and I founded a platform called as the Pharma Growth Hub in 2020. So, what is the mission of Pharma Growth Hub? You know, the Pharma Growth Hub is having a mission of helping pharmaceutical professionals in terms of getting them together, helping them to learn together and grow together, collaborate, integrate, and elevate. Thank you so much, Gajanan. Very well explained. So, with the same intention, I founded a platform where, irrespective of your organization, your designation, your experience, no one bothers about it. We come together. We come together only with the intention of learning and growing. And I must have trained, I think, more than 20,000 pharmaceutical professionals so far throughout this kind of online virtual meetings. If I'm not wrong, this is the 472 72nd webinars I'm conducting since last 5 years. 472nd webinar today. And Sundays is going to be 473rd, and so on and so forth. I'm really enjoying sharing whatever I learned so far in my career. And that's the reason I'm also consulting more than 2,500 pharmaceutical professionals very personally. And because of this consultation, they get multiple job offers, they increase their confidence level, they get a platform support where they can network, collaborate, learn with a great intensity, and move ahead with the competition. They can differentiate themselves from the competition. How many of you are really interested to join Pharma Growth Hub so that you can get my consultation and you will be able to grow much faster as compared to your solo journey? Please type in me in the comment box if you're really interested to join Pharma Growth Hub. Now, yeah, I will not talk about the joining of the Pharma Growth Hub just right now. Okay, so I'm going to talk about Pharma Growth Hub at the end of the webinar, because the first, my responsibility is what? First, complete the content of topic today, and then at the end, I will explain the joining process of the Pharma Growth Hub. So how many of you are okay with that? Type it okay in the comment box, right? I will explain the process, but not just now. I will explain that at the end of the webinar. And yes, and someone is asking about the YouTube channel of the Pharma Growth Hub. How many of you know that Pharma Growth Hub, has a YouTube channel? And if you haven't joined so far, would you like to join the Pharma Growth Hub's YouTube channel? So please, you can see the uh, link of the YouTube channel of the Pharma Growth Hub. So please click onto the link and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet subscribed so far. Take 30 seconds because we need to move ahead with the discussion. Click onto the link, come back, and then type in done in the comment box. Because this YouTube channel provides lots of valuable information and you can get all of them is free of the cost. Awesome, awesome. Shivanath has subscribed. Many of you have subscribed. Thank you so much. And how many of you would like to get me connected on LinkedIn as well? Hmm? So please do send me your connection request tonight. And I promise everyone to approve your connection request. Just search for my name. Okay, and I will also give my LinkedIn page over share if you are really want to have one. Just a moment. Okay, so this is my page. You can visit this LinkedIn page and send me the connection request. Okay, let's get connected on LinkedIn platform also. It really matters a lot. And thank you so much once again for all your love support throughout this 5 years period. It is not a small period. I started in April 2020 and we are in the Feb 2025, very close to 5 years now. I conducted my first webinar on 24th April 2020. Okay, so amazing journey so far, and I really received much more from you than what I shared across the audience today. So thank you so much for all your support and love. Now, Pharma Growth Hub has also got qualified according to the ISO 9001 2015. So let congratulate Pharma Growth Hub for this milestone as well. You can see we recently qualified for this stature now, 10th of Feb 2025. So whatever certificates Pharma Growth Hub is going to provide to you, now that is going to come with the ISO, these logos. Will that increase the value of your certification? And you can see the validity also over here. So there is a scan and you can scan the QR code for validating your certificate. Is that amazing? Type in A for amazing in the comment box. Because Pharma Growth Hub also provides some programs and all these programs will have these logos and that is going to increase the value of the certification. And plus there is a QR code which validates your certification. Awesome. Thank you so much that you like that. Now I would like to update you one important information. How many of you would like to read the book Pharma Career on Pharma Career, especially early starters or beginners? Please type in me in the comment box. You are going to get this book very soon. I have completed writing this book and probably I will publish this book in March. In the next month. So yes, I am planning for the launch of the book, and probably you can buy this book from our website as well as from the Amazon. So this is going to be hardcore copy, no PDF, no ebook. I would like to publish as a hardcore copy only. So you have to buy this book from the online store like Amazon, Flipkart, or maybe on our Pharma Growth Hub's website. Surprisingly, you will have surprised to know that there is no book available on the pharma career. Do you know that? I really researched and I found that there is no book present which guides pharma professionals on their career. Is it pity? Type in pity in the comment box. Such a huge professional profession, pharma, such a noble profession. But no one has taken a time to write a book on how to build a career in the pharma industry. So then I decided, okay, let me take some time and write a book on how to build a career in the pharma industry. So this is just a small update from my side, and you are going to receive this book very soon. And thank you so much for all your encouragement and support, so that I could able to write this book. Shall we move ahead with the next topic? Are you ready? Type in R for ready in the comment box. Type in R for ready in the comment box. Stationary phases now. See, in the first part, we talked about what? The retention mechanisms. In the second phase now, in the second part, we will discuss about stationary phases in the gas chromatography and liquid chromatography. And this is going to be an amazing discussion, I promise you. So what types of stationary phases have you used so far in the gas chromatography? Hmm? What types of stationary phases have you used so far in the gas chromatography? You can name the stationary phase or brand names, or anything like that. Yeah, now capillary is the new norm, right? So no one is used the packed columns or glass column nowadays. DB wax, okay. PEG Kiran says DB16. Okay. Glass column is also in the use, Aruna. That's great. Diethyl polysiloxane. Okay. TRX5, HP5, DB624 is amazing stationary phase. I think every lab must be having the DB624 column. 6% cyanopropyl phenyl is a versatile stationary phase in my eyes. DB-wax, fast fame, 6% cyan, 6% cyanopropyl. Let us now understand, what are those various stationary phases in the gas chromatography and how the retention takes place on this stationary phase. The first and foremost, we will discuss about the non-polar stationary phases in the gas chromatography. What types of stationary phases? The non-polar stationary phases in the gas chromatography. And the example is 100% dimethyl polysiloxane. 100% dimethyl poly. So what is the dimethyl now? See, this is a one methyl group. Can you see one methyl group over here? I'm just circling it. And this is another methyl group. So this becomes what? Dimethyl, and this is the polysiloxane linkage. SIOSI. Polysiloxane linkage. So this is a polysiloxane linkage, and these are the dimethyl groups. So this is called as the dimethyl polysiloxane. And this hydrocarbon, dimethyl, does not get polarized. We just saw, does not get polarized. So understand the electronegativity difference should be more than 2.5 for polarization of the bond, for polarization. So this carbon and silicon doesn't have difference more than 2.5, and because of that this doesn't get polarized. Same is the case between carbon hydrogen. The polarity, the difference in electronegativity is not more than 2.5, and hence this carbon hydrogen doesn't get polarized. Understand why this stationary phase is non-polar? Type in U for understand in the comment box. You can search once the webinar gets over, what is the electronegative value of silicon, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and many another items, right? So if the electronegativity difference is more than 2.5, then that bond is going to get polarized. That you please remember. 2.5 is the requirement. I do not know why, but 2.5 is the electronegativity difference required to get the bond polarized. To get the bond polarized, and there is no possibility of the polarization in case of 100% dimethyl polysiloxane, and that makes it a highly non-polar stationary phase. Now, in case of this non-polar stationary phase, which types of compound will have the more retention on this stationary phase? Polar or non-polar? Let me know in the comment. Think about, and tell me whether polar or non-polar. Which kind of compound? Sunil says polar. Yashi says non. Viraj says non-polar. Mohi says non-polar. Like attracts like. You remember like attracts like. भूल गए क्या आप? भूल गए like attracts like. Simply like attracts like. Non-polar stationary phase attracts non-polar compound. Is it NP or P? Please type in the comment. It's a NP, not P. Rashmita, how come N polar? SP, how come it is polar? Are you confused or what happens? Rashmita, yes, what happens? Is it a polar? Sunil says polar. So it is going to be a non-polar stationary compound, right? Non-polar compound has going to have the. So these are the commercial examples like AC30, OV1, OV101, DB1, SBP1, BP1. These are just the different brand names which contains 100% dimethyl polysiloxane. So which interaction is prominent in case of 100% dimethyl polysiloxane? Which interaction is prominent? Absolutely. Thank you so much, Kiran. You are right. We talked about various interaction mechanisms, no? Anuja, you are right. Yashi, you are, yeah, but non-polar is okay, but What brings that interaction? That's important. We talked about 5 different interactions so far. No, it is not a dipole, Abhinandan. It is not a dipole. What is that interaction which is prominent? In case of a normal non-polar compound, please remember this, non-polar stationary phase. Yeah, Nasla, you are right. It is not a hydrogen bonding. Dilip, you are right. Fantastic, fantastic. Some of you are giving the right answer. I'm happy. Valmik, you are right. Deepak, you are right. Awesome. Rashmita, you are also right. Chandana, you are right. It is nothing. Gajanan, you are. It is none other than the London Dispersion Force or LDF. So please type in LDF in the comment box. This was the first retention mechanism we learned today. Type in LDF in the comment box. London Dispersion Force. Awesome. The second is now little non-polar stationary phase, but with the inclusion of 5% phenyl, diphenyl. This is the one phenyl, and this is another phenyl. So again, you will have 95% portion dimethyl polysiloxane, dimethyl. You can see over here, but 5% of the mobile phase will have the diphenyl part now. So what is going to bring? What new interaction going to brought by diphenyl functional groups? Yogesh, you are right. Thank you so much. Awesome. Viresh, you are right. Yeah. It is not purely a polar acid, but I need a more specific answer for this interaction. See, this is the addition of pi bodies, yes or no? You are adding the pi bodies in the stationary phase. So pi bodies are going to bring which interaction? Sandeep, you are right. Keshav, you are right. So it is going to be pi-pi interaction, yes or no? Type in pi-pi. So how many interactions will be in the place in case of this column? Pi-pi plus London dispersion force, yes or no? Right, London dispersion force. See again, what is the nature of phenyl? What is the nature of phenyl ring? Is it a basic or acidic? Is it basic or acidic? Phenyl. It is basic in the nature, right? Basic in the nature. Basic, right? So, what kind of compound can interact with this basic phenyl ring? Acidic compound, yes or no? Possible or not possible? Especially the hydrogen bonding is possible. With this phenyl ring, you can see a hydrogen ring possibilities. Right? So, this hydrogen ring, hydrogen bond is also possible in case of the presence of protonated acid. Like maybe I will say, okay, OH or share, something like that. Or COOH could be the better example, right? COOH. Are you getting my point? R C double bond O O and H. So this is alkali, this is acid. So hydrogen bonding is also possible in case of the phenyl ring. So these are the commercial examples like AC54, OB23, DB5, SB5, and many more. So which interaction is prominent? The prominent one will be pi-pi for sure, right? But you will have the possibility of hydrogen bonding also, as we discussed. But there is a slight decrease in the London dispersion force as a non-polar component got decreased. You understand? So altogether, how many interactions are possible because of the diphenyl ring now? Hydrogen bonding 1, followed by pi-pi interaction 2, and London dispersion force. So there are 3 possible interactions. Got it? Yeah. Let us now move ahead with another mid-polar stationary phase with the 35% diphenyl, 65% dimethyl polysiloxane. Now, why it is becoming more polar or mid-polar? Why? Why it is called as a mid-polar? Hmm? Why it is called as a mid-polar? See, because earlier we saw only 5% diphenyl component. But how many is the diphenyl component in this case? 35%. Will this increase the pi and the hydrogen bonding interaction, yes or no? Increase karega na? And because of that, it can have the mid polarity. And the example are DP35, BP35, RTX35, and ZB35. Are you learning? Are you getting my point? Type in yes or no in the comment box. Hmm? Yes or no? Just increase in the diphenyl portion, so increase in the polarity as well. And next is one of my favorite, that is a polar stationary phase. What is the example, by the way? 6% cyanopropyl phenyl. How many of you have used this column? Type in me in the comment box if you use this column. Kiran has used, Asim has used. No, no, DBVAX. It's not DBVAX. It is not DBVAX. It is a DB624, BP624 column. 624 column, 624 column. Okay, it could be little mid-polar, but we'll talk about in the sense of its polarity. No worries, Kiran. So let us now understand, what types of interactions are possible in case of 6% cyanopropyl phenyl columns. Now there is again a dimethyl component over here. So what brings a dimethyl? What interaction brings because of the dimethyl? Hmm? LDF. Type in LDF in the comment box if you understand. So LDF will be bought by dimethyl. Now there is a cyano group over here. Cyano, C triple bond N. If I write it differently, I can write it this way. Now, is it a polar body or non-polar body? C triple bond N. Hmm? It's a polar, right? Because nitrogen is what? Is it electronegative compound or electropositive compound? Nitrogen, electronegative compound, right? So, because of this, what possibility here now? What interaction is possible because of this moiety? Cyano group. Is it dipole-dipole possible? Type in dipole-dipole. Now, what brings this phenyl ring? What is the possibility because of the phenyl ring? Hmm? Pi-pi interaction. One more we saw in last time. Pi-pi and another what? Hydrogen bonding. Type in HP for hydrogen bonding in the comment. My goodness, how many different interactions are possible because of this stationary phase? Hmm? How many interactions are possible? Total 4 interactions are possible. Yes or no? London dispersion force, pi-pi, hydrogen bonding, and dipole-dipole interaction. Anything is missing? Hmm? Nothing, right? So these are the examples: DB624, BP624, RTX, and ZB624. So which are possible interactions? We talked about it, right? We talked about it. So these are the possible interactions. Let us go ahead with the polar or highly polar stationary phase. Just 50% cyanopropyl phenyl methyl. So what happens now? Will the polarity increase or decrease? With the 50% cyanopropyl phenyl, we saw 6% earlier. Now 50%. Increase or decrease? Increase in the polarity, right? So it is a highly polar stationary phase. But there is one more stationary phase which is very, very highly polar, called as a polyethylene glycol or wax stationary phase, having the hydroxyl as a functional group, and this acts based on to the hydrogen bonding. See, these are the very important written stationary phases in the gas chromatography. There will be say some more stationary phases, but these are the basic stationary phases, and one must understand the retention mechanisms. Have you understood the important stationary phases and how they retain the compound? Type yes or no in the comment box. It's very important. Just naming the stationary phase, you must realize, okay, this is the way it happens. This is the way it happens. So these are the polyethylene stationary phases. And now I am going to turn upon, for this one, HPLC stationary phases. HPLC. Are you ready for HPLC stationary phases? Now type in R for ready in the comment box. Type in R for ready in the comment box. Ready for. Are you getting overwhelmed by the way? Bouncer हो रहा है क्या? Are you getting overwhelmed? Yes or no? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. No problem. No problem. I thought, I'm talking about gas chromatography, liquid chromatography, but you guys are smart, so you can understand it. I'm so glad that people are not, there is no bouncers getting. Thank you so much. Deepak, polyethylene glycol, okay, these are the columns. DB wax, Supalco wax, CB wax, Stabil wax, they are different stations. And hydrogen bonding. Polyethylene glycol. Polyethylene glycol is alcohol having OH. So hydrogen bonding takes place. Okay, so let us move ahead with the HPLC stationary phase now. And this is the one. I hope everyone must have heard about this one stationary phase. That is called as an alkyl bonded. What is the alkyl group here? Maybe C8 or C18. Hydrocarbon. Now, what is the nature of hydrocarbon? C8 or C18? You can see over here, C8 or C18. Is it a polar or non-polar stationary phase? Hmm? It's a hydrophobic or non-polar stationary phase, right? So it brings the non-polar or hydrophobic interaction. Now C18 is large and can leave some selenol or unreacted groups. Can you see these groups over here? Hmm? What are they? What are the groups? What are they? They are called as the free selenols. Type in free selenols in the comment box. And because of the free selenol, your basic compound can have the tailing. How many of you seen the basic compound getting tail? Have you seen that? Now this could be because of your free selenol, especially in case of the pH. pH is greater than 4. If the pH is greater than 4, the selenol groups gets charged, and because of that, your protonated base like pH plus positive charge, they get attracted towards this charged selenol groups. Especially above pH 4, you will have the active selenol groups, and your base molecule can have the tailing. And that's the only reason. You must have seen some of the alkyl bonded phases comes with the end capping. Have you seen that? End capping? Especially with the smaller groups like trimethylsilane, right? Trimethylsilane. And this is to what? To to block these free selenol groups, right? This is trimethylsilane. This is CS3. This is another CS3, and this is another CS. So this is what? This is trimethylsilane. You understand this word? Type in TMS in the comment box. TMS stands for trimethylsilane, and this is called, and this blocks the free selenol groups. Why this can block? Why this can block? Why there's a free selenol groups, by the way? Why there are free selenol groups? Why there are free selenol groups? Because this is a very bulky size, no? Just look at here, C8 or C18. And some of the groups will get unreacted. Some of the groups will get unreacted. So you have the smaller compound like trimethylsilane, which can go inside and block the or interact with the free selenol groups, and that way the free selenol will get blocked and your peak will not tail. Are you getting the importance of end capping as well? C8 is smaller and provide better selenol coverage. That's easy to understand. So which compounds will get more retention on alkyl bonded stationary phase? Hmm? Yeah, TA is also very nice modifier, Bharat bhai, to reduce the tailing for basic compounds. Because TA will compete and selenol groups get blocked by the triethylamine. Amazing. Awesome, awesome. So which one is more non-polar, whether C8 or C18? Which one is more non-polar? C4 anyway we don't think, but which one is non-polar? Which no more non-polar? Increase in size increases the non-polarity. Increase the size, increase the non-polarity. So this is highly non-polar. C18. Got the point? Type in yes in the comment box. Let us discuss about the second stationary phase now. Are you enjoying, by the way? Are you getting bored? We are discussing so many different points in today's session, right? Gas chromatography, HPL. This is the first attempt I am doing, by the way. Fantastic. Thank you so much. The second stationary phase is amide. What is amide? Now, this is amide. R, C, O, and R. This is called as what? Amide. This is called as the amide. This is called as the amide. This must be amide. Okay, something wrong here. No. RCONH. Okay. Now, with this amide, what is the nature of this group now? Now, what is possible? Now, this is going to be a polar group, yes or no? And this can also be polarized. So this is polar, this is also polar. And because of that, this stationary phase, amide stationary phase, is able to retain which compound strongly, polar compound or non-polar compound? Hmm? Polar compounds or non-polar compounds. Now this stationary phase can retain polar compound strongly. So carbonyl group brings hydrogen bonding with solutes that are good hydrogen bond donors or acids. So this is the carbonyl group which can interact. This is going to have the minus delta charge. And if you have any another carboxylic acid with the plus positive charge on hydrogen, now there is what kind of interaction is this? Hydrogen on one side. This is called as a hydrogen bond. Type in HB or hydrogen bond in the comment box. Hydrophobic interaction is possible because of this alkyl chain. There's an alkyl chain also present there. So because of that, you can have the which interaction? Hydrophobic interaction. And dipolar interaction can also occur due to polar carbonyl group. So this stationary phase is generally used for the polar groups which are less retained in the reverse phase liquid chromatography. Again, there is a phenyl stationary phase. So what is the possible interaction in the phenyl stationary phase? It's a basic compound, yes or no? Lewis base. So what is possible? Pi is possible, yes or no? What is another possible? Hydrogen bonding possible. And because of this is a bulky group, the steric interaction is possible. Steric interaction, steric hindrance, steric interaction. So for separation of your similar compound like cis and trans, now this stationary phase can help you out. Steric hindrance, steric interaction, right? And you get the London dispersion force or hydrophobic interaction because of this carbon chain also. My goodness, how many interactions are getting happen in the phenyl column? Just imagine. Are you imagining for the very first time? Oh my goodness, this is the kind of interaction takes place in case of the such kind of stationary phases. pi, hydrogen bonding, steric, and hydrophobic also. It's a Lewis base, so pi interaction and hydrogen bonding is possible. Rigid nature, and because of that, selectivity or steric selectivity is possible. Like cis trans compound, if you are unable to separate on C8 or C18, this may get separated well on the phenyl column. The third one is the pentafluorophenyl. How many of you use this phrase, by the way, pentafluorophenyl? No, dipole is not possible, people. Hydrogen bonding is possible, not dipole. Now, dipole is possible in the stationary phase. What is the nature of this pentafluorophenyl? Now it is the Lewis acid. What is this? Type in Lewis acid in the comment box. This is Lewis acid. Okay, because this fluorine groups is what? Electronegative in the nature. Now, as this is Lewis acid, now what interactions are possible? Again, pi is going to be possible because there is a pi electron, pi body. And now this Lewis acid can bring the dipole-dipole interaction. Can bring the dipole. Now this steric group, not steric, but this carbon chain can bring what? Hydrophobic interaction. Hydrophobic interaction. And what kind of interaction is possible because of this bulky group? Pentafluorophenol is a highly bulky group. Type in steric in the comment box. Steric. See how many interactions are possible now. Yeah, PFP is highly polar. Bharat, thank you so much. So this is the way you can analyze the nature of your compound, nature of your stationary phase. Are you getting my point? Are you going to utilize this information? Yes or no? Are you going to utilize this information further? Because this is just the beginning, right? Look at the cyano compound now, cyano column. I mean, I'm not the big fan of the cyano columns. They are not stable in their nature. But still, what kind of interaction is possible because of cyano? It's a polar, right? Yeah, again polar. So C triple bond minus delta plus delta over here. So what is possible now? You can see the dipole-dipole interaction. So it's a and moderate hydrophobic because of this chain. So you see, it is my intention to make you aware about how to think about a stationary phase. Now, how many of you learned to think about the chemistry part of stationary phase? Type in me in the comment box. At least you got an idea how you can read the stationary phase. Got the idea? Type in me in the comment box. Thank you so much. Inner seal is again, it's C8, C18 column, so hydrophobic interaction. It may have the end cap, so it will have the less secondary Stilanol interaction, Siddheshwar. And how many of you are going to share this learning with your colleagues when you go to office tomorrow? Because we believe in sharing is caring. Do you believe sharing is caring? Yes or no? Are you going to share what you learned today? At least 3 important takeaways to your colleagues, to your teammates tomorrow. How many of you promise me that? Yes, I'm going to share whatever I learned today. At least with my one colleague, my friend. Sharing is caring. It's very important for everyone to realize the power of sharing is caring. And that is a really missing link in the industry. We people do not share, we think, oh, this is something secret I'm holding. And many people, forget to share with the colleagues. That is the bad side of the pharma industry. But moving ahead, as I said, in between, that it's very important for we to come together for learning this kind of topics. And I'm sure you must be realizing, what is the benefits of knowing this technical knowledge. So what do you think? The important benefits of knowing these technicalities? What can be
নমস্কার
changed
অনুদার
if you know the technical aspect, what you are doing in the lab?
না না এটা আর মোবাইলের মাঝে আর ল্যাপটপের তো
And that's
বাইরে
the
আর কি
reason I would
মোবাইলের
like to
মাঝে
bring a very
যদি ক্লাস
important
রেকর্ড
point
হতো তো
on
একটু দেরি হতো
confidence.
আর
Do you think
যাওয়ার
the
সময় তো নেই
confidence
হয়তো এটা
gets
মোবাইল
increased now?
ল্যাপটপের ফোন এখানে
Now, how many
চার্জে
of you
রেখে
feeling
গেছে
that your confidence is
আসলে
higher now?
ক্লাসটা শেষ হলে কল দিও আম্মু
Has your confidence
আ-
increased? Yes, no?
দেখছে না আমি কিছু
At
নতুন
least as
গাইডলাইন্স
per as
চেয়ারে রেখে
the
রাখি
column
হ্যাঁ মোবাইল
chemistry
তো একটু পরে
retention
খুলবো
mechanisms,
আর
will you be
মোবাইলের
able
মাঝে
to
ক্লাস
answer
রেকর্ড
these
হইব তো
questions? Yes or no?
একটু মোবাইল থেকে
That's what
রেখে
called as the
ল্যাপটপে কল দিই আর
confidence.
কি
Yes or no?
ঠিক
And
আছে
will this help you for your interviews? Implementation, type in yes or no in the comment. That's what I need. If your confidence, if you can clear your interviews and get the better job opportunities, what else is required? Do you think with help of such kind of technical knowledge, you can get the high salaries, job in the better companies, better role, better designation? Type in yes or no in the comment box. See, because all is interconnected and linked, right? Right. Learning is important for earning. Yes or no? Is learning important for earning? Because earning start from the learning. Can you read this word, earning and learning? Hmm? Earning is possible only after learning. So you have to learn something to earn something. So higher salaries. And how many believe that yes, respect, you will get respect because of this technical expertise? Type in R for respect in the comment box. If you really think that respect is possible because of your technical capabilities. And is fast growth possible? Yeah. Is fast growth possible because of this technical understanding? And will you be able to work on a meaningful project? Not any project, but the meaningful project. How many of you like to have all these five aspects into your career? Type in five in the comment box. That you like to have confidence, high salary, respect, fast growth, and meaningful work. Everything. See, in between the session, I talked about Pharma Growth Hub. How many of you remember I talked about joining of the Pharma Growth Hub? Type in me in the comment box if you remember that. And I said that I will only explain the joining process at the end of the webinar. See, I fulfilled my promise. I completed the technical topic discussion of today's webinar. And in case if you are really interested to join Pharma Growth Hub, you can continue watching this webinar. Are you interested? Type in I for interested in the comment box. Right? Because now I am going to take you to the Pharma Growth Hub process. How you can join the platform and what are the benefits of the platforms. All that will be discussed in maybe next 10 to 15 minutes time. If you are interested, you can stay tuned and I will explain shortly the little background about the Pharma Growth Hub. So when did this platform got founded? So 2020, right? In 2020, I founded this platform with the mission of helping pharma professionals to grow their career exponentially. So far, we have around 2,700 now. 2,700 professionals join Pharma Growth Hub. If you join, you are most welcome. See, how many of you understand that almost 70 to 80% job openings get fulfilled by reference or networking? Type in me in the comment box if you understand this, especially 10 plus years experience. 10 plus years experience is a very dangerous experience. There are many saturations taking place in this experience. It is very difficult for these people to get a job without network or the reference. So you can network with around 2,700 professors and they will help you to grab the premium roles. Networking is very important for mid-career professionals having 10 plus years of experience. Now, how many of you realize still there's a lot more to discuss about HPLC and gas chromatography method development? Yes or no? Type in yes in the comment box. If you believe that still there's a lot more to discuss about HPLC and gas chromatography method development. Now, I have created a very special program with the help of pre-recorded videos. Understand, this is highly interactive pre-recorded videos, and they are called as the self-paced learning program. Would you like to get access of all my self-paced learning programs? Type in yes in the comment box. That means you're not going to lose any content. You're going to get complete understanding of HPLC GC, and there are many another topics that we are going to discuss inside self-paced learning program. Now, once you go through self-paced learning program, even in today's webinar, how many of you believe that you will have your unique questions? Type in Q for questions in the comment box. See, I have tried my best to explain the content, but still you come from the different background and you can have the questions. And it is very important for me to answer all your questions. And to answer your questions, I would like to meet you on every week basis, on every Saturday, 8 p.m. in the evening. Would you like to meet me on every Saturday, 8 p.m.? Yes or no? Just to answer all your questions. I'm going to answer all your questions. See, in this kind of webinar, I will not able to take the questions, right? Because of the time constraint, the discussion, but I get enough time to answer all the questions during our weekly inner circle call. Amazing, type in A for amazing in the comment box. So once you join our platform, you will get answers for all your questions. Now, how many of you are looking for the job change, by the way, but you are unable to find a suitable job opportunity? Type in me in the comment box. Now, this is the bitter reality. In spite of having good amount of experience, skill, talent, we don't find a better job because you don't understand the power of networking. And that's the reason we have created a private Telegram group. It's also WhatsApp group now, where our community members are going to post openings available into their organizations. You can access all the job opportunities published on the group. Is that something mind blowing? Yeah. Type in MB for mind blowing in the comment box. Right? No need to look at any another platform. You get all your job opportunity, job search requirement inside the Pharma Growth Hub. The second important group is we have a technical discussion group where only technical discussion takes place. So if you have any challenge like, okay, I'm not able to get the resolution between this compound, or I have this query for the US FDA, all these questions will be discussed on our technical discussion group. And very importantly, being this my birthday month, I'm going to provide access of all above services for the lifetime. Is there something amazing? Type in A for amazing in the comment box. So if you join today, you will get access of all above services for the lifetime. Now, how many of you realize that this platform brings a lot of valuable services? Is it valuable? Yes or no? Or type in V for valuable in the comment box. Now just imagine who is going to provide this kind of services to you. There is no one in the market who provides this kind of services. And Pharma Growth Hub, me and my team is taking a tremendous efforts in making these services available to you. And for that reason, there must be something called as a value exchange, right? You have to be invest a little amount of money for joining this platform. Is this platform investable? Type in yes or no in the comment box. Is this platform investable? I respect your opinion, right? I respect your opinion. It can be no for some of you. But if you think that yes, it's investable because you need this kind of services and you can get high return on investment on these services, right? Because you will not lose time, you will not lose opportunity. So understand, losing opportunity is your loss. Losing chance is your loss. So as good as you are losing something because of you are not getting into the pharma growth hub. So please, if you are really okay for investing some amount of money for joining, you can get into a program called as the Pharma Career Accelerator Program. Now, this particular program is appreciated by many of our community members. You will find a lot of reviews on this program because this program is liked by our community members. There are 25 courses altogether. People get a job opportunities like Kalyan Kumar because of our networking and job opportunity groups. And these are the 25 programs covered under the Pharma Career Accelerator program. Shall I talk about all of them one by one? Type in yes in the comment box or type in R for ready in the comment box because I need your attention for this next 5 minutes time because I'm going to explain the content of this program, what this program contains. So you can take a decision very easily. Okay. How many of you are ready and interested to learn about method validation? Type in AMV in the comment box. So in the very first course, we'll talk about the fundamentals of each parameter. So no guideline talks about the fundamentals, unfortunately. We will talk about the basics and fundamentals. We'll talk about the regulatory requirements. We'll talk about ICH and VISA. We'll talk about data integrity and review process for the validations. Now, this is the market value of this course. I am going to provide a special offer at the end of the webinar, right? So this is not the amount you have to invest. I will let you know what is the exact amount you have to invest today if you really want to get into the pharma growth hub. Type in yes in the comment box if you understand this. Okay, I'm going to provide the offer at the end, not right now, because I'm going to explain the content of all these 25 programs first. The second program is Assay Method Validation Mastery. Now, this program talks about how exactly assay validation can be conducted. We'll talk about concentration matrix, protocol result, and report. Similarly, we'll talk about resolution validation and then related substances validation. So these are the four important courses which talks on validation concept. The fifth number course talks about HPLC development. How many of you are really interested to learn HPLC development? Everything is going to be available in this course, including troubleshooting. This is going to be a comprehensive program on HPLC method development with the practical insights. Now, same is the case for course number 6 on gas chromatography or GC method development program. Seventh one is dissolution method development program. And eighth one is the spectroscopy method covering both UV and FTIR. So your validation is taken care of, your development is taken care of. The next one is understanding mutagenic and nitrosamines. See, understanding nitrosamines regulations like US FDA, EMA, Canada, TGA, and NVSI is very, very important. Now, this course comprehensively explains these regulations and also another topics which are important for mutagenic and nitrosamines impurities. The 10th number course talks about impurity management. Now, this course explains how to define the limit for known, unknown, and total impurities. I have considered many case studies to explain this theory, limit for residual solvent or limit for elemental impurities. Many people have confusion on this topic. That's the reason I created a very special course on impurity management. The course number 11 talks about extractables and leachables. See, injectables are growing very fast. And because of that, it's very important for you to learn about what is the prerequisite for injectables. And extractables, leachable is one of the prerequisite for injectables, sterile products. So what is the sterile products? How the extractable leachables can be studied, how to define the limit, what are the regulations, all that will be explained in the course number 11. Now the course number 12 is very important and that talks about the ICH quality guidelines. I have tried to interpret this quality guidelines so that you can interpret and you can implement in the right way. So it's very important for you to understand the ICH quality guidelines, and this is the course number 12, which helps you on interpreting the ICH quality guidelines. The course number 13 talks about how one can design the specification for your product. It could be intermediate, raw material, finished product, US FDA for European countries or for WHO. So all that will be discussed in the course number 13. The course number 14 talks about the instruments calibration part, and I will give the template, report, protocol, everything for calibration. The course number 15 talks about the qualifications. So we'll talk about IQ, OQ, PQ part, and we'll take example of this pH meter, balance, PLC dissolution, chromatograph. Course number 16 talks about the cleaning validation. So what is the requirement of cleaning validation? How to select worst case, how to understand macro, how many batches, how to design the study, all that will be covered in the course number 16. The course number 17 talks about the stability study. So how one can conduct a stability study according to ISH, ICH guidelines, US FDA's, EMA, UK MHRA, ASEAN countries, and visa. All that will be covered in this particular course. This is going to be one of the very important course for everyone. Now, course number 18, 19, 20, 21. These four courses are now the manufacturing area. The first one is design qualification in manufacturing. We'll talk about JMP, HVAC, HEPA filter, then qualification in the manufacturing area, and many more. Course number 19 talks about the Schedule M JMP requirement. Course number 20 talks about US FDA's JMP requirement. And course number 21 talks about WHO's JMP requirements. So these are the four important courses for manufacturing area. Again, the course number 22 talks about audit and compliance part. So how the different regulatory conducts the audit, how you can make your facility audit trained, all that will be discussed with a number of quality management systems and the examples. The course number 23 is specifically designed to understand the QMS and the investigation tools. So you get important QMSs like deviations, OS, OT, kappa, change control, QRM, including investigation tools like 5 Eyes, Fishbone, and FMEA. The course number 24 talks about the CSV part of your laboratories. And course number 25 talks about what are the non-conformities received by Indian pharmaceutical companies in last 12 years. So these are the contents of the Pharma Career Accelerated program. How many of you have really found the content valuable? Type in B for valuable in the comment box. Because I have tried to provide my 20 years of expertise throughout these 25 programs. And it took me around 5 years time to create these 25 programs. And you will not get such kind of comprehensive content in any another platform. The total market value of this content is more than ₹1,00,000. But as I said, I wanted to make it more affordable to everyone. And because of that, I'm going to provide a very special offer for everyone. If you are really interested to grow your career, please type in SO for special offer in the comment box. I am going to provide a special offer. And this time, as this is my birth month, I am going to provide a lifetime access for all these programs. So you have to invest not ₹1,00,000 for sure. It is only going to be 12,999 or $187. One-time investment and lifetime access of all these programs. Now, in addition to this 25 programs, I would like to give few bonuses to all of you. So please type in more in the comment box and let me bring what more bonuses you are going to receive in the same price tag of 12,999. The first and foremost, how many of you are really interested to learn about process validation? Please type in me in the comment box. Now, this is the first bonus I would like to provide you. And this course is going to help you out understanding all the process validation as per ISO 13485. The second important bonus is how many of you are really interested to learn about QBD? Type in QBD in the comment box. See, quality by design is one of the very important aspect in the pharmaceutical as well as API industry. And we must learn about the quality by design concept. And that's the only reason I'm going to provide this second course as a bonus to everyone. In addition to the QBD, why not AQBD also? Because AQBD is also equally important as like QBD. And that's the reason Pharma Growth Hub has also prepared a course on analytical quality by design. And I'm going to provide this third bonus to all of you today. You have to only make a payment of 12,999, but you will get all the access. Going ahead, once you become part of the team, you are going to participate in our weekly inner circle call. So far, more than 150 plus sessions have been happened since 2021. More than 200 hours of the content is recorded. So if you join today, you can access all our previous inner circle calls also. The next important point is job sharing. This is one of the very important product of the Pharma Growth Hub. And I request everyone to join job sharing community. Are you interested? Type in I for interested in the comment box. Because you can get multiple job openings in our WhatsApp and Telegram groups. The people are readily available to support you out. And the last one is the technical discussion forum. So you can join our technical discussion forum as well. So please understand the total. There are 31 programs I have discussed so far. And the total value of this 31 program is more than 1,53,000 rupees according to the market price. But you have to only invest 12,999 or 187 US dollar. How many of you are at least interested for these programs? Hmm? Okay, fantastic. Now, those who are really interested, I would like to provide a time sensitive offer. I would like to provide a time sensitive offer. Now, what is time sensitive offer? You have to, Shivani says this book will be offline delivered. No, this is online program, Shivani. So you have to log in and you can access all the videos, right? That is the program. So this is going to be a 15 minutes offer. Means you have to make a payment in next 15 minutes time. And if you make the payment in next 15 minutes time, I will give a little different offer. I'm going to provide a little different offer. What is the offer going to be now? Would you like to see the offer? Type in R for ready in the comment box. If you're really ready to see the offer, it is not going to be 12,999 or 187, but it is only going to be 8,999 or 127 US dollars. Now let me know in the comment box how many of you are really interested to join Pharma Growth Hub. I am providing all these 31 programs with lifetime access. You can connect with me and our all community members on daily basis. And on every inner circle call, you can participate, ask any question that you have as far as your career is concerned. We have many people across the globe. We have people from different countries. We have people from European countries. We have people from USA. We have people from Middle East and much more. So in case if you are interested, I have given the payment link in the comment box. So for YouTube viewers, just give me time. I'm just putting the payment link in the comment box. Oh my God, what happens here now? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, so I do not know, but I'm not able to see the YouTube channel now. Right, right. It is Harisha saying, is it lifetime access? Being my birthday month, I'm keeping the lifetime access on. Okay. So you need not to make the payment every year. It's going to be a lifetime access. Okay, so for YouTube viewers, I could able to give the Google Pay, Phone Pay option. Okay, so please follow the instructions and complete the transaction. Any questions about these programs? Yeah, there is a certification also, Shivani. I will talk about certifications as well. And very interestingly, no, we are going to revise our certifications, right? So it's another important benefit the participant will get. See, can you see the certifications now? Is it better? Yeah. See, because we have certified company by ISO 9001. So your certifications will have the ISO details now. And this brings the validity. You can see the QR code. Can you see the QR code on this side? So anyone can verify your certificate. Is it amazing? Type in A for amazing in the comment box. Yeah, this is the e-course certificate, Shivani. So once you complete the programs, there are 20 plus programs which comes with the certifications. And once you complete the programs, Narayan, anyone can scan the QR code and understand the company's validity. You just scan the QR code, no, of the product. In the same way, you can scan the QR code of certificate to understand it's coming from the valid source. That is the purpose of giving this, because many people, many companies are providing certifications, including Pharma Growth Hub. But what is the validity of the certificate? That was the question mark, isn't it? So to give that validity, we have gone through some audit programs and we have cleared our ISO 9001 certifications. After that, we are eligible to use this logo and this QR code. So this is not for today's participation, Navyashri. This is only for those who are going to complete the program. You cannot access anything because I do not upload these videos. Okay. So it is only for those who are going to make the transaction. So please let me explain how we are going to make the programs. Now there are four different ways. Saurabh, I have responded to you being a student. I completely understand that. I hope you got the details in the chat box. Type in yes in the comment box. So please understand there is a first payment link, which is the InstaMojo payment link. You click onto the link and you come across this page. It is e-certificate, Shivan. You can print it. No, what is the big deal in that? You can take the color print out and you can have that. So, uh, so Harisha, I will confirm the payment. But first of all, congratulations for taking the quick action and coming to Pharma Growth Hub. I am really excited to work with all action takers. So fill the details and you can make the payment by Google Pay, Phone Pay, credit card, debit card, and net banking also. Yeah, Keshav Sharma, congratulations and welcome to Pharma Growth Hub. And thank you so much for taking the action and becoming part of the family. I'm really excited to work with all of you. Now, the second payment option is Razorpay's payment link. In case if your bank does not support InstaMojo payment link, you can try with the Razorpay's payment link and provide the details. It's a very simple process. Complete the payment and type payment done in the comment box. Now, in case those who are convenienced to make a payment by either Google Pay or Phone Pay, I have also provided the Google Pay, Phone Pay number in the comment box, and I have also provided the QR code of Google Pay, Phone Pay number on the screen. So take a time, scan this QR code, and you will be able to complete the transaction. I hope you have completed the QR code now. Yeah. Valmik, there is a Google Pay, Phone Pay also, and there is a Phone Pay QR code also. Siddeshwar, just now I had done the payment. Congratulations and welcome to Pharma Growth Hub. So please, those who are interested, I have given the enough information on making the payment. Insta Mojo, Razor Pay, and again there is a Google Pay and Phone Pay QR code also. Yeah, Valmik, if you want Google Pay, you can see the Google Pay QR code on the page. Now I am going further with the another audience. How many of you are attending the session outside India? Please type in me in the comment box. Please type in me in the comment box if you are attending the session outside India and you are interested to join Pharma Growth Hub. There are many people across the globe. Yeah. Vasantha Kumar, okay. Valmik from outside India. Any other who is outside India? So for you people, it's an investment of 127 US dollar. And you have to use last payment option, that is the PayPal's payment option. Click on the PayPal's link, click on this send and include the amount as 127. Include the amount as 127 and you will be able to complete the process. So for outside India, you have to make a payment of 127 by following the PayPal's link. As I said, now this offer is going to be available only for next 15 minutes. So please, if you are really interested to join Pharma Growth Hub, do take the action and join the program without further delay. We have also increased the validity of the certificates of the programs. That is one of the biggest advantage of getting the certificates from Pharma Growth Hub. You can always validate the certificate by scanning the QR. So that's the something, the best part happened with the investment as of today. So please, those who are taking the action, type in payment done in the comment box. The offer is going to be available for the next 14 minutes. As you can see, the clock has started. Any questions regarding the Pharma Growth Up program, you can please let me know in the comment box. Yeah, what is the next process, Siddeshwar? Just give me 5 to 10 more minutes now, and I'm going to explain the orientation program. It's a very easy. You can easily complete the transaction. I mean, you can easily create your login ID and password. Abhay Patil, congratulations and welcome. Harisha Nagaraja, congratulations and welcome. Saurabh, please take your time. No worries. Take your time. Just drop me an email, and I will help you out. Okay? Don't worry. Yeah, Vasant Kumar, I will send the details of all the programs. No worries. But first, you send the query to me so that I can revert you on your email address. The list of all 31 programs will be emailed. I do the complete transparency to the decision makers. You know, what is the program, what time. In case if you think, okay, whether the program is worth of investment of or not, whether these videos are scientifically good or not, please go through the comment I received from the Gulkan Benza. Now she comes from the Turkey and she herself is the consultant, right? So you can understand the response coming from the consultant or trainer. She wrote me on the LinkedIn that before I became a member of Pharma Growth Hub, I had some questions. Is it really worth it? Or are the videos detailed enough? But after I became a member, I saw that the trainings were really at the level of scientific explanation. I'm just trying to explain, that the content you are going to access is going to be class one content. Yogesh Verma is asking, please tell us about how we'll get certificate. It's very simple. Once you complete the program, you will get an e-certificate to your registered email address automatically. Complete the program 100% and receive the certificate to your registered email address. I hope I answered your question, Yogesh. Hmm? Okay, so here is the email address. What is the name? Vasantha Kumar. Please drop me an email at this email. See, I do not provide certificate to the webinars, Yogesh. I clearly clarified that earlier. I don't provide certificate for attending the webinars. It is only for my paid services or the self-paced learning programs. In case if you are really interested to work outside India, you can collaborate and network with the people who are working in outside India. We have many people working in USA, UK, and many other countries, and you can easily network with him. And that's the only reason the person like Parveen would able to get a job in USA. Is it something amazing? Type in A for amazing in the comment box. See, people are spending lakhs and lakhs of rupees for getting a job outside India. I have seen many fraud cases as well. That's important. So please don't invest on fraudulent platforms. Probably you may get cheated. So it's very important for you to understand the honest platform where you will not be cheated for any reason. Yeah, Valmik, please don't worry. Just drop me a message on the WhatsApp group. Right, this is my WhatsApp chat. So please note down and you share your screenshot on this WhatsApp. Please type in yes in the comment box if you understand this now. Okay, so there are many people like Atish who is working in UK now, and Madhuri could able to get multiple job offers with the following the same platform and the networking. Now I am going to run a small 2 minutes video, and I would like you to please listen to this video.
Hello, everybody. I was quite impressed by the energy and devotion of the Bhaskar sir for being a farmer growth hub. Amazing. He's truly passionate about what he does, and that itself is captivating.
Myself, Priyanka. I'm working as a senior analytical chemist in Almight, UK. I joined the Pharma Growth Hub 8 months ago. This is a good platform. It's not just for freshers or graduates, it's for the individuals who want to develop their skills and knowledge.
Hi, this is Balasubramaniam Swaminathan. As an analytical professional, I have a lot of questions. What is the best way to learn what is happening in the industry? Who is the one point source whom I can approach to when I have any issue, when I want to take the next step in my career? All these questions got answered when I had an opportunity to get into Pharma Growth Hub.
I must have missed having a member of this group, because one way you will learn so many things, because there are so many people involved in this group. Those have day in day out experiences, troubleshoots. They will discuss with you in group. Like we have WhatsApp group, and in that they are regularly interacting with each other.